岩倉美澄、15歳。今日から東京の高校生です。予感がするの。今日はきっと完璧な一日になる。
Hey everyone, Rascal here.
And Mama, welcome to our channel, Paws On Animation.
In today's podcast, we're covering a manga titled Skip and Loafer.
Yes, this romantic slice of life manga is not only a newer release here, but it's also recently become anime series. So in honor of that, we're going to cover the original and ongoing manga.
Yes, manga. Yes, Mama, we're covering the manga. And before we start, be sure to like, subscribe, and occasionally a future podcast and we'll pause videos.
Absolutely. Thank you for joining us for this. We wanted to cover it some time ago, found it at the library, picked it up, and absolutely loved it from the first volume. It was different than I expected from looking at the cover, but it's a lot of fun and it's really entertainment for you if you're looking for something new to read.
Right.
If you're not familiar with it, it's written by Misaki Takamatsu, published by Kodansha, and in the United States, Seven Seas Entertainment. It's has 9 volumes so far.
Yes, and it's now gotten an anime adaptation. So far as 1 season. We'll have to see if it's going to get a 2nd season.
And that's available on Crunchyroll. And as of January of 2023, this manga had over 1 million copies in circulation, and it won the 47th Kodansha Manga Award in the general category.
Yes.
So it was really popular and well loved since it came out.
Right. And this came out perfect time because with Love is War ended as a manga and the anime will be ending soon, I think this was going to fill the void for people who love these rom-com or just romance type anime or mangas, because as people have been saying, there hasn't been a lot of them out lately. They've had some romance stuff that's only been a few volumes or a few episodes of an anime, but you haven't anything really crazy hilarious like you used to have with Oron and Toradora, where they were just the crazy wacky rom-coms. It's kind of been to the wayside now in favor of more realistic romances. So it was a perfect time for this to show up, where it's not completely off the walls like or a screwball, but it's still a rom-com that people have been wanting to see in between shonen, because there's been a ton of shonen lately.
Yes, and the cover gives you a hint of where the title comes from. Well, I'll let you read it to find it out, but when we figured it out, it was funny. It was like, okay, this is pretty simple.
Right.
So I'll read you the plot that's listed for the manga. Mitsumi Iwakura,
It's a little tongue twister,
right,
yeah.
is a sparkling high school student, who moved from the outskirts of Ishikawa Prefecture to a high school in Tokyo after graduating from junior high school. Mitsumi grew up in a depopulated area with only 8 students in her class.
Oh my gosh, what? How many people population? Like 20?
So it was like a shock for her. However, on the day of her entrance ceremony, she gets caught in the commuter rush and gets lost, and her life plan is quickly frustrated. A tall and handsome boy, of course, who was worried about Mitsumi, calls out to her and decides to go to school with her every day. And that's where Skip and Loafer begins.
Yes. And as I said, we read the first 2 volumes of the manga. It's not a really long manga. We're not getting a lot of those anymore where they span on for multiple volumes at a time, where it can be a big old collection. But you can tell it's going to be a really nice and simple story. It's still grounded in some sort of reality. They've got quite a few likable characters. You have a few little hidden hints they're given to you on people's past or secrets that'll be revealed later. But it's really a nice read for a lot of ones who want a bit of a break from a lot of the high-end shonen and stuff, watching like JJK and Demon Slayer. They want something just calm, relaxing, and sweet. This is definitely perfect for you and something you want to read in February.
No, I think it's interesting. I don't know what Sanpaku eyes are, but that's how she's described. Let's see.
Sanpaku eyes.
3 whites. It says it was introduced in English by George Osawa in the mid-60s. And it refers to eyes which the white space above or below the iris is revealed. It's a medical condition.
Oh, okay.
So that's interesting. Never heard of that before, so we learned something here. And what I think is funny is It says she's raised as a child prodigy and she entered high school at the top of her class. But there's only 8 people, so it really wasn't difficult to get to the top of her class.
Right.
But her personality actually makes people like her, and you see that in the first volume, where she easily gets along with people.
Right.
Not just with Shima, Hososuke Shima,
right,
who's the guy who, you know, he's falling for her immediately when he helps her on the train.
Usually when the character doesn't leave the other one alone, that usually means that across the board. I mean, you've seen it. They just trail along and follow. I was like, why are you so attached already?
Right.
And Shima, to me, it looks like if they drew a younger version of Haru from Millionaire Detective. That's what he looks like.
You think so?
Yeah, he looks similar to him.
Does. Yeah. And he's this character who you know is he goofs off, skips classes, and he normally, it said in the manga, doesn't go to the opening ceremony or entry ceremony, but he went because he met her this time, and everyone's stunned when he shows up, and he says he came with her, and then of course the girls get jealous.
Of course, here we go.
There's a guy that gets jealous.
Of course.
And of course, everyone gets jealous.
Of course, here we go. Here we go.
Who does she think she is?
Here we go.
Where does she come from?
Here we go.
All the anime
Here
drama.
we go. Here we go. All the drama comes in the first volume because they said, dang, you just couldn't wait.
And then because of the jealousy, secrets start being revealed. One big one that he didn't want anyone to know. And so this classmate decides he's going to tell it because he's jealous. There's no way to put it. He decides to tell her his secret. And in the second volume, Shima finds out that she knows. And he's not very happy because he never wanted anyone to know that secret.
Right. It's not really too huge, but I guess depending.
Kanachika, he's the guy that tells it.
Yeah. And I guess it's not too huge because they kind of do it a little bit more now. It's not what you think it is. It's something else. And we've seen them do quite a few times. They're hiding it and they want to just be regular, normal people. And then it's the opposite when the regular, normal people want to be the other half. So it kind of plays out like that.
Grass is always greener.
Right.
One interesting element is that Miss, I'm just gonna call her Ikura. We said she moves to Tokyo, and she ends up staying with her paternal aunt now, who's a transgender woman and works as a stylist. And you can see that she gets along really well with her, and she's excited that she's moved to Tokyo so they can spend time together and have fun.
Right.
So I did like that part about it where the relationship was quickly set up where she didn't end up coming to Tokyo and the person really didn't want her there, or she's a burden, or she's got to learn to get along with them. It wasn't like that. It was a nice, easygoing relationship from the time that the aunt was introduced, and that was really nice because sometimes it is an anime trope where they move somewhere else and they stay with people, and they let them stay, but they're a burden, and they have a budget, or like in really austere versions, the person ends up leaving because they either kick them out or they tell them they're a burden, they should leave, and it goes really bad.
Right.
It doesn't happen in here, and I really like that it started off on a positive note and a happier note.
Right.
So we know it's not going to get dark, at least
For a while.
so far, it's not going to get dark, and we're really happy about that.
Right. And thankfully this is something really easy to get into, and you really can like it from the start. It's got lots of humor in it. It's not just all drama and all romance. It's, like I said, it's a rom-com. It's just a more low-key kind of rom-com, since clearly Japan is not really making a ton of the screwball comedies anymore. It's still something really fun and lighthearted and just something great to read and or watch if they stuck to the theme of the manga. This is one of those feel-good type stories, and you really want to see where it goes. They even have stuff at the end where it's like little joke panels. They pretend it's an alternate universe, is an entirely exaggerated version. Like for here, they pretend everyone's some type of gang leader, like they're in Tokyo Revengers for some reason. It's like, why?
Now, it's also an easy watch for the anime. It's only 12 episodes. We don't know if there's a second season, but it's a quick watch, and it's available on Crunchyroll. We definitely plan on watching it. Again, we've read 2 volumes so far. We'll probably end up watching it before we read the rest of the volumes, because right now they're really difficult to get in the library. But you can try your public library if you haven't read it and give it a read. So if you have read Skip and Loafer and or seen the anime, let us know in the comments below. Do you love it? Did you like it immediately like we did? We really would like to know your thoughts. And if you haven't, again, it's available at public libraries, and I'm sure it's available on Amazon to buy. And it's probably not going to be a cheaper buy. I'm guessing it ranges anywhere from $10 to $13 a volume. But if you really want to own it, we're sure you can get in your possession. It's probably also at Barnes & Noble, most
probably.
Because they have a large selection.
Right. And if y'all want to subscribe for updates, weekly reviews of favorite anime series, anime shows, and all things animation.
Absolutely. Thanks so much for joining us. We really appreciate your support. And if you want us to check out your channel, let us know what you think in the comments. Well, let us know in the comments.
Yes.
To check out your channel.
Yes. Thank you so much for watching Rascal Entertainment.
And I'm Entertainment.
Have a toontastic day.
Peace.